On this episode, we are reading your corporate confessions.
And you may have noticed, but we're going remoted in this episode.
We're talking vaping on your one-on-one,
taking your top off during a Zoom call and leaving your camera on,
calling the new CFO sugar daddy,
and inappropriate names for your Cash App handle.
Should we promote or demote IVs in the conference room?
Tune in to find out on this week's episode of Demoted.
Demoted.
Hey.
Whoa. What's up, everyone?
Is this thing on?
Can you see me?
Hey, Ross. It's your friend Natalie and podcast co-host.
Oh my God, what's up?
How have you been?
I've been good. I just didn't expect to see you in these circumstances.
To the non-audio watchers, you're probably wondering, why aren't we in the studio?
There are 7 or 8 people out there right now like, what is going on? What is happening?
And that is because we are remoted.
We are
this
remoted
episode.
Today. This is a remoted episode. I am in my office and Natalie is somewhere else.
I am in my boyfriend's house.
Okay.
I like to, spread my time between my house, being on the road, his house, our parents' houses. Never really in one place. No sense of permanency. So
yeah, a real globetrotter, if you will. Now I'm going to describe your background. There's a nice little dresser on stage left or stage right, my left, and there seems to be a rack of clothes on the right there, and I can't quite tell whose clothes those are. Are those Matt's?
Our shared closet. Yeah,
that's the shared external closet, which we love.
Picked the cheapest room, because I have my SF place too. So we got the one without a closet.
Right.
So that is the closet, which
right.
is a rack
so
of
are
clothes.
you in a house of others?
I'm in a house. There are 6 couples living in this house. I'm part-time. Obviously, I have my San Francisco place too. And it is like an episode of Love Island every single day. It's a commune. And if any Moterheads are a part of an active commune, drop a comment below. Because
drop us a line. I want to know.
I know what it's like. I've been there.
Yeah. That was a very common thing back in the day at Oracle when I was 22 or 3. There were a ton of people who lived in communes around San Francisco. It was the only time I got invited to a sex party. Yeah.
Wait, so you have been invited to a sex party?
I did get invited, but it wasn't like a Silicon Valley CEO sex party. It was a bunch of grungy, crunchy little granola weirdos in a commune. Which, I mean, it could have been fun, but I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared.
I'm mad at you for not experiencing life a little bit.
I know.
And trying it out.
I asked Becca, and she was like, absolutely not. And I was like, thank God. Thank God. I'm scared.
I didn't want to anyway.
Let's just talk about this for a second. That's a terrifying idea to me. I mean,
so scary.
I like to believe I'd go in there and go to town, be super cordial, super consensual, the most consensual guy you could find. And I think I'd be the guy by the snacks. I'd just be hanging out by the snacks, looking over my shoulder.
No, that's so true. You would be guy by the snacks. You would not be
making awkward small talk.
Corporate bro would just get involved immediately. Ross by the snacks.
Ross is scared. He's hanging out by the snacks, just munching goldfish until it's all over. Until it's all over.
Just having a full conversation with a naked woman.
Yeah, very matter of fact.
But it's all platonic.
Did we keep my conversation with Raven in one of the episodes?
I don't think so.
Did we cut that conversation? My conversation with Raven?
I think Becca cut Raven.
I'm going to tell the story. Can I tell the story?
Tell the Raven story, please.
I didn't do a bachelor party. And a lot of my friends were pissed off. But one friend in particular, Jordan, he's lives in New York. He is the CEO of a company. I'm not going to name his last name for fear of this story getting out for him too. And we did as we do in Austin. We shot some guns. We went to a bunch of country bars. And we decided, hey, wouldn't it be nice to smoke some very legal marijuana? And the only place we were going to get some of that legal marijuana, we were connected to someone whose name was Raven. And Raven turned out to be a stripper. And we needed to go meet her at her place of work. So we had to Uber across the city. We went and met her at the club, so to speak, which, again, based off my previous story, not my favorite place to be.
Which was called, what was the club called? Hanky
it was
Panky.
It was something along the lines like Rose and Thorn, like Rosebud or Thorn, Rose Thorn. I don't know, some shit like that.
Got it.
And we go in, we're like, hey, we're looking, we're meeting Raven, our friend who I'd never met before. And we sit down at this little table, nowhere near the stage. And out comes Raven. And Raven isn't wearing a single thing. And we proceeded to have the most casual, normal conversation. Like, yeah, I used to live in California. Oh, what brought you out here? Well, the money was better.
I work in tech sales. Yeah.
And we're just, Jordan and I are just sitting there like, yeah, no, that's so cool. Like, yeah, how do you like it out here? Is it great? And this woman is butt ass naked and we're just sitting at the table. We're just sitting at the table.
Love that. I love that.
Who are we to judge? She was
that
at
would
work.
be us at the commune. She's at work.
That's us in the locker room after the episodes, but that's like feels a little different, It's a little different. So anyway, 20 minutes. 20 minutes go by.
20 minutes with Raven.
Hey.
You're forgetting why you're there.
Right. I totally forgot why I was there. And the whole kicker of the thing is, so she hands us, again, some perfectly legal marijuana because it is legal where I am sitting right now. And on the way out, we get into another Uber and I suddenly realize, I think I dropped the marijuana.
No,
it's gone.
Didn't.
I dropped
it.
I dropped it. I lost it. We went on like a 45-minute ride. And then like we were probably in there with her for an hour, just like chatting, whatever. Like, so what do we do? Should we like go outside? Oh yeah, come outside. Your hands, whatever. We do the thing. I go back. We walk a mile or something. We want to grab some food and then get into an Uber and I've lost it. So that's my story about Raven and talking very matter-of-factly with a naked woman.
Anyway, my commune looks a little different. I love the Raven story, and if it gets cut again, I'll be really upset. But I'll describe your background. You were in the corporate bro office, your work from home space. You have the lit up sadness sign. You have your gamer chair because you're a freaking nerd.
Yep.
You have a smart board, which is a new addition to the room, which is for all your ID eating strategy sessions.
So many ideas.
Late night getting high after Raven getting some weed. You hit the smart board with Becca.
I had the smart board so hard.
Becca, get in here. I have an idea.
I'm like Charlie Day, just mad scientist, like sweating profusely, just scribbling nonsense on the board.
Scribbling. It makes no sense. You're like,
forget to save.
It's nights, but we're at a conference table.
And we're in like a tech environment. Everyone's going to get it. No, they'll get it. I speak in a British accent. I bring Natalie in, obviously. She wears chainmail.
No one else does a British accent. I talk about the cold brew running through me. It can't fail. It's a foolproof plan. Anyway, you have your classic shelves, the classic male shelving unit with a football.
Yep.
You have a bat up against there just in case you want to take a couple swings.
Today was first baseball practice of the year, but BT Dubs.
How are you feeling?
Old. We got some 23-year-olds on our team now from Pomona. They're ball players. They're very good. And I took my first swing and kind of tweaked my back, obviously, and then just battled through it. So anyway, sorry to cut you off. If I I'm sitting awkwardly, that's why.
Sorry, I'm icing right now.
I'm not icing right now, but I was.
You'll never throw in the towel, and that's what I love about you. And I'm proud of you, and keep it up. So yes, we are remoted. My background might change if we ever do this again. This is because we just got back from a trip to LA, and we came here, and then
it was whole thing. Our schedules are crazy right now. Beginning of the year, there's all these SKOs, all these like conferences, and like Natalie and I basically have inverted schedules. And so like she just landed and then went to her spot and like jumped on immediately. So I assume those are all the bags you didn't pack. All the clothes you didn't bring with you are still hung up, but all your other stuff's in a suitcase. It's kind of what
exactly.
Yeah.
And you're leaving for Alabama tomorrow?
I'm leaving for Alabama tomorrow, which is just my favorite state. So I can't wait.
I'm so excited for you. That's home. That feels like home.
It does. So what's the theme of the episode? What are we doing here for the Moterheads today?
Okay, so this is a corporate hotline, right? We're getting confessions from the Moterheads. We're gonna talk about spicing up your Zoom calls, do a promoted or demoted. I think we do the corporate hotline about once a month. Is that right, Ross?
Yeah, I think we would like it to be more like once a month. It's probably every 6-7 weeks now, but I think we may end up doing it more just because the submissions have been getting so good.
I mean, you guys just keep getting sicker.
Yeah.
Sicker and sicker. And not the positive, like, that's so sick. The sick and twisted way.
But we're here for it. We're here. I'm here for it.
We're here. So. We're excited. Should we kick it off with our first confession?
Let's kick it off.
Submitted by Lulu Loves Lemons. I'll take this.
Okay.
Firstly, y'all, love the pod. I'm a new recruit to Demoted, but it took only 1 month for me to catch up on the whole archive. Keep rocking it. Slight aside, listening to us back to back to back, terrifying. But
Like 50 episodes in a month is wild, but thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Lulu. Okay, here we go. Back to the confession. True story. About 1 year ago, I noticed that my boss was elevating another employee in various work responsibilities that implied to me that he was grooming her for promotion to director. She was 6 years my junior at the company, and I had trained her from the beginning. He started asking her to do such things as present PowerPoints, strategy briefs, and other materials that I had created to our clients rather than me do it. This bothered me. At a conference at a happy hour event a few months later, I got drunk and asked her point blank while smiling, "What does it feel like to present and take credit for my work?"
Ooh.
She looked at me in dead silence and then hit me in the face. A combo punch and slap. So many witnesses. I reported her to HR and she was fired on the condition that I did not press assault charges or hold the company liable. I just learned last week that I got the promotion to director. Yay!
Wow, that didn't go the direction I was thinking. I thought she was going to say, so how's it banging our boss?
Totally.
I was like, the word grooming also just hits different now. It's been used a lot of other ways. I just feel like grooming someone for anything sounds bad.
I thought that the story was going to take a lot of different directions.
Same.
Is she hooking up with the boss?
Right. That was the only thing.
The credit for the work felt like a subplot to that.
Right. Totally. Like as an aside, just a whatever.
There is nothing worse than someone taking credit for your work. It's the life of an entry-level consultant. My entire life is building a PowerPoint where I don't even get a slide, like an intro bio on the intro slide. I'm just invisible.
It's uncredited. Completely I was there, uncredited. But I was uncredited.
You know what's funny? One of my best friends, Mamie, is a consultant and works at a Big Four firm. And she was like, my boss just asked me for a bio. We're both 27. She's now almost about to get promoted to manager. She's like, my boss just asked me for my bio. And I was like, what for? I haven't had a bio in years. And they were like, to put on the intro slide. Like, you made it. If you're a manager, you get on the intro slide. She's like, oh my God. Wow, I finally get credit for this thankless work. This is
Do I write it in the third person? Do I write it in the first person? Like, how do I write my bio?
Should ChatGPT write it? Like, who am I? I don't even know myself. I'm just the deck doer.
Congrats to her. It's a big step. That's like getting out of SDR land in sales. It's like, that's like the hardest jump. And once you've made that jump, like you're firmly entrenched. You're there if you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to her. So yes, I love the confrontation in this confession. Going up to someone and saying that. I don't have the balls to do that personally. I don't know about you, Ross.
No, I don't. I mean, maybe like more, I don't know. I don't know what the delivery was here. I think she said, what did she say? It was like,
what does it feel like to present and take credit for my work?
Got drunk and asked her point blank while smiling.
You do seem like a little devil, Lulu. A little bit. You do seem like someone who would scare me.
A combo punch slap.
But getting the punch slap back is terrible.
Boom! That's like your head going two directions.
I do a Rumble boxing class kind of as a bit with my roommate Katrina. Like I have no idea how to throw a punch. Like,
it's exhausting, frankly.
This girl was just ready. She like had the punch slap combo ready to go.
I just want to know if it was worth it. Like, and I'm going to guess yes. I mean, that's a legendary story to know that you got a punch slap to the face. The question is, did you go down, Lulu, or did you stay standing? Like, that's kind of what I want to know. Was everyone like, oh, like, was there like a collective gasp and then like, 5 world star? And like, did you come back, dive tackle her? You know what I mean? I feel like that's where that should go.
I know. I think they had to keep it classy given it was a work happy hour, but alas.
Yeah. Clearly not in sales.
No,
keeping it classy.
Sales would have someone would be holding the earrings.
Director would be like banging a gong, like, all right. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to settle this. And everyone makes a circle.
There's a dog pile on each other. Everyone's involved.
It's a melee. That is a great one.
Funny.
That is great. That is wild. Congrats on the promo as well.
Thank you, Lulu. And congrats on the promo. Our next one's an audio submission.
An audio submission called Naming Your Fantasy Football Team, submitted by Jersey Boy.
Dear Demoted, my name is Jersey Boy for the purpose of being anonymous. However, I am a younger supervisor with younger employees in a job where I was relatively new and I decided to join the fantasy football league at work, and I went with a name of my fantasy team that was a play on words for the Hawk Tour girl, let's just say. And is that like cool, funny, respectable, or trying too hard, bro? What do you guys think? That is all. Keep killing it. Peace. from Jersey.
Man, I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings. I'm guessing you went like Hawkinson, Tua, like TJ Hawkinson, Tua, Tagovailoa. Let's just start with the fact that every league had one with one of those. Okay, so it's not original. It was like, so it was too easy. You could have gone with like Smoking the Puka or some shit like that. I have a few other names I'm not going to say on here.
Please give. I mean, this is so out of my league to play on words there that I don't even know how to respond to this.
Yeah. So for those who aren't fantasy football folk, basically what you do is you take NFL players and try to like put a pun or like sort of a play on words with their names. So Hawk Tua was a thing. There's a tight end named TJ Hawkinson, and then there is a quarterback for the Dolphins named Tua Tagovailoa. So people would do Hawk, Hock, because that's how you spell his name, and then Tua if you had like those players on your team. I'm of the belief that you need to have the players on your team to name, to do a play on words like that. Like if they're not on your team, then it doesn't make any sense for me.
Okay.
But a lot of people do, plays on words. And like, again, the Hawk Tua one was just a little too obvious, if you will.
Well, do you think for like a work event, you should play it a little safer? You should make a pun about maybe someone in the office? Or do you think that plays with your male-female coworkers, whatever?
I guess I don't know who's in the group. Like, I don't know who's in
Ross
the league.
Is like, in sales, it plays.
I mean, it kind of does. So I have a great name. So there is a former player named Dick Butkus. His last name is Butkus. So, which is already a great name. So instead of Dick Butkus, I'm Butt Dick Kiss. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I am Butt Dick Kiss, and that is a goddamn legendary name. So,
how long did it take you to think of your name? Because I know you take a lot of pride in this.
I do. So that is the same name I've had for years, and I won't be changing.
Good.
But wait, what do you think? Is it weird? I mean,
I don't know. I think play it safe at like a new job.
If you're new, he did say he was new, didn't he?
Oh,
He
yeah. Supervisor.
Thanks, Jersey boy. We appreciate you taking the plunge, taking the leap of faith.
Thanks, Jersey Mike. Jersey boy, yes. You know what? Get creative with your fantasy football name. Yeah. Maybe keep it work appropriate just to protect yourself in case, because you are the supervisor. You make the rules.
Right. And you're setting a precedent, and I don't know.
Or take Ross's name. Take Ross's name.
Or take my name, which is
Butt Dick Kiss. What is it?
Yes, Butt Dick Kiss, based on Dick Butt Kiss. So you make sure to credit me because it's the single greatest name ever created. You're welcome.
TM.
I'll read this one. It is submitted by someone named Leaves. I am not a coffee drinker, but I do appreciate the aroma and warm vibes from a hot espresso in the morning. Since we had a nice coffee machine at my job, I started drinking an espresso each day after a few months in. Well, you got addicted. I don't get sick often, but this time around, I got really sick one day and was out for a whole weekend. Still feeling under the weather, I went back into work on Monday and then got sick again. After a whole month and a half of taking myself to urgent care twice, I knew something was not right and I was freaking out and also slowly dying. The only thing I could think that changed in my day-to-day life was drinking an espresso every day from work. I decided to stop drinking it and see what happens. Not long after that, I started feeling better and have not been sick like that since. Later, one of my colleagues was cleaning out the kitchen and decided to clean the coffee machine. Apparently, it was covered and coated in mold, and I am sure that is what was making me sick. There was so much mold. Little mold people formed and built their own corporate America all up in there. My company cleaned it up, but I wish they would have just replaced it. I have not had coffee from that machine since then. Sorry, I disassociated as well. Yeah,
I'm sick. That
those little
is
mold
the
people.
Single grossest, scariest thing. And a similar thing happened to me, but I wasn't drinking it every day, hospitalizing myself. So you took it to the next level where that probably has built some sort of colony in you. And for that, I do think you have grounds to sue your company, but maybe that's a separate Demoted episode on lawsuits.
We did just do, as an aside, we did just do a recent episode on AI and how you can use it to rewrite, make things more concise, more crisp, if you will. And this would be a perfect example of like something, like a story. You could say, remove useless details. And then all of a sudden, boom, I don't stumble 4 times because I'm reading like a normal paragraph. And then the story just kind of like.
I was on the edge of my seat. We just can't read. Can't read. So I take the side of I love this. But we moved into this new house and Matt brought the Brita that he used in the dorm room year 1. He's in business school if you need a reminder.
I know this is going.
And he filled up my water bottle because he's the best and always fills up my water bottle for me. And I was like, this water tastes like dirt. Something tastes like dirt. It's wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it's the ice, whatever. Dump it out. Do it again. Well, I'm so thirsty. I guess I have to drink it. Drink the whole thing. Look in the Brita filter. Again, colony of dorm mites, spores.
Strong scoop of dirt. I'll do mine with a scoop of dirt,
did you just
please.
leave this in your garage all summer while you were at your internship? What did, and he's like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Awesome. I'm going to die.
Awesome. And yeah, now there's a little colony of dirt people living inside you, which is fine.
So I get that. Yeah, I could see you never drinking espresso again, which might be better for your overall health because I will never use a Brita again.
Why go straight into espresso? Like start with just basic coffee, like espresso is an aggressive move. It'll tear you up. It'll fuck your shit up.
Go to Pete's, go to Starbucks, go to Dunkin', have someone else do it for you to get back on your feet and build that trust back.
Yeah, I can see why they'd be scarred and not hit that again. I mean, they were literally killing themselves with every espresso they drank. So,
do you drink espresso, fine. Ross, or you're just black coffee guy?
I will do espresso occasionally, but like if I'm going to Starbucks or whatever, it's just give me a big old black coffee because I like the act of drinking it. Espresso's too small, and it's gone too quickly, gone too fast.
Just pinky up.
Right. So if there's like an Americano situation where they dump some espresso in there and then like kind of, add some water and all that stuff so it takes me longer to drink, I'll do that. But I'm usually just like a black coffee guy.
Of course you want Americano, the one that tastes most like butt.
Yeah. I want to
suffer espresso.
Yes, I want to suffer when I drink something. I want to earn it. You know what I mean? I want to earn that elation, that quick jolt. Fire
disturbing.
Me up. All right, let's hit the next one.
This one is submitted by To The Max. MACKS, I already love your creativity. Back when I was a marketing consultant for a real estate company, I had to present logo designs to a 2-person team. One of them was attending via video call, unusual at the time since we were pre-COVID. During the presentation, the remote client must have thought her camera was off because, mid-call, she casually removed her shirt and bra and wandered around her apartment. Is this Raven? Despite our attempts to let her know she was still visible and apparently not hearing us, she continued on, completely oblivious. I awkwardly turned to her partner, wondering if we should stop and reschedule, but unfazed, they insisted we continue. So I spent 5 straight minutes presenting logos while she strolled around topless. Safe to say, I never looked at her quite the same way again. A perfect timing with the Raven story.
Totally. I mean, was this a recorded meeting?
Why? And can you share?
Can you send
why when you I'm like, I totally understand, like, take your bra off, breathe a little, maybe take your shirt off.
Right.
Why both off on the call? It's just like It's so brave. It's brave to do in broad daylight in general, sans call.
Right. You're giving the people what they want though.
You are.
I don't know what I would do in that situation. Probably nothing. Probably log it in my mind. And,
put it in the spank bank and move on.
Throw it right. Yeah. Save it into the hidden folder. And
so as you'll see with this logo on slide 4,
and there's Sharon.
Okay. Her breasts are on the table.
Yeah. I heard this story. This is a secondhand story of as we've talked about how I have a problem of going out and partying with people when I go speak at their company.
Of course.
These guys were telling me a story about how they had this massive deal. It was like one of the biggest deals in company history going on. And they were dealing with a procurement person on the other side who was just like the classic old school, low emotional affect, kind of an asshole, just like hard ass woman. And on one of their calls, this woman took her computer to the bathroom and forgot she was obviously left the camera on, but she put it at the foot of her floor and like angled it up and was looking. So like she's sitting on the toilet, like looking down at this thing. And this is like looking up at her.
It's in between your legs.
It's in between her legs looking up at her. And eventually the people on her side were like, I can't remember what her name was. Lucy, your camera is like, all of a sudden she notices and like turns it off. They're like, the deal's ruined. This is never going to close. Like, we're fucked. And next call she jumps on, 0 mention, stone cold, same person, says nothing. They end up getting the deal done. But
that's what we should have done with our cancellation. Never address it.
Right. Nothing like just ignoring it completely. Like nothing trains you for that moment where you're like, the deal's ruined because she was taking a dump and live streaming it.
She's no, I wasn't. She gaslights you.
Yeah, literally. Like,
no,
we all made this up.
I've never
never did
taken a
that.
dump in my life.
I never did that. I never did
I
that.
never did that. Here's a DocuSign, give it a SIG, and send it right on back.
Cool. I mean, as a sales rep, you don't give a shit what happens. I mean, you don't care how. But that's a great story. That is a great story. And so this one was submitted by Pharma Documentation Gone Wild. Ooh, exciting. All right. And then the first sentence. Oh, okay. One of my coworkers' mothers passed last week. Period. So much of the Gone Wild part. In an effort of support, I got an email from another coworker organizing a condolence card signing. She's also taking donations to send flowers to the family. I just spit out my coffee reading the Cash App username that we're supposed to send money to. It is, as Cash App always does, a $sign at the front as like the name. It's like their version of @ So this is just $, Fatty Poo 69. And to be clear, this is not my screen name, and it is Pooh like Pooh Bear, Pooh. So everyone's got to send Cash App to Fatty Poo 69. Allegedly, that was her nickname in high school, and Cash App generated those random numbers. Yeah, sure. Now my inbox is full of responses specifically about the username. She's so brave, parentheses, or oblivious, probably that, for sharing that and knowing it was going to our department and boss. LOL. Fatty Poo 69. What's up?
What is up? What is up? It is Fatty Poo 69 joining Demoted from Palo Alto, California.
Hey, so we're trying to raise a fund. Obviously, like, this is super tragic. So if everyone could just shoot me a little Cash App, Fatty Poo 69, we can bring something to the family. Like, bruh.
Hey guys, I just put my Cash App username in the Slack channel, Fatty Poo 69, and
Is this a scam? Like, what is happening? What is happening? That's Fatty Poo 69.
So brave, FP. So brave, Fatty Poo.
F Poo 69.
Also, even if that was your high school name,
Might be time to change. Yeah, what's the story?
What's the story?
Tell us everything.
Either you were bullied, which is sad. Oh, everyone shot the shit with me, called me Fatty Poo.
Yeah.
Ow, that hurts. Or
probably clogged the toilet in high school.
This is like the guy who joined his interview with the username Your Mom.
Yeah, your mom, yeah. This is a little tougher though because of like the juxtaposition of raising money for a death versus interviewing.
True.
That's
true.
That's
Stakes
nice.
It feels more emotion tied to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for submitting that. We'll be probably using Fatty Poo in the lore of this podcast for a while.
Moterheads log that name.
Well,
if anyone wants to shoot a little cash, say just hey for the funeral. If you got Cash App, want to send something.
If you got cash on hand and want to give it to Fatty Poo, shoot it over. We just gave the Cash App. Let's move on to how to spice up your Zoom calls.
As you join the meeting, blow vape smoke at your camera for a dramatic smokescreen entrance.
Wear skin-colored pants and dramatically stand up while speaking on the all hands.
I love skin-colored stuff. It's funny.
Personally, skin-colored stuff is awesome to me. Did you see what Kanye's girlfriend was wearing on the Grammys red carpet tonight?
No, I heard. I need to go look it up. How was it?
She wore basically like a nylon tight and was completely naked.
Yeah. Okay, next. When the call starts, hide from view and have your dog just sitting in your office chair and then say in the background, sorry, I've been working like a dog all morning.
Accidentally share your screen to reveal you in the act of donating to a charity.
Oh my God, so sorry. I was just donating.
Oh my God, that was to Fatty Poo. Fatty Poo 69.
Fatty Poo's funeral.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, where were we? Sorry, I always get caught up donating to charities. It's so annoying. It's like my little thing.
Let me get out of this screen. Let me get out of this screen. Okay. It's like stuck on it. Yes.
Tell everyone to mute themselves before the last person joins the call and then pretend like you can hear everyone but that person.
Hire a model to wander around your house in a loose towel so your coworkers think you have a hot spouse.
Oh, we hire the person from that confession. We hire the woman who is just changing. That'd be perfect. That's a great idea.
Oh my God. Babe, put that towel on.
Becca.
Stop it.
I told you I was in a meeting.
Stop it.
That's
You're
funny.
embarrassing me.
Join the call from 2 devices. One of them is a video of you in another outfit. And then tell everyone that your evil twin keeps trying to steal your identity again.
That's definitely spice up your Zoom call.
That'll spice it up. It's a lot of work for a little spice, but
worth it. It's a lot of work
could be the move.
Probably not landing.
Yeah.
But we support you.
Yeah. People are going to love the effort.
Those were ways to spice up your Zoom calls. Now a quick PSA to the clean heads out there.
People often look at Demoted and they say, oh my God, I bet that podcast smells delicious.
Speaking of smelling good, did you know that an estimated 5 billion plastic hand soap and cleaning bottles are thrown away each year?
What?
And if that's not bad enough, most cleaning formulas are 90% water, which is heavy to ship, leading to excess carbon emissions.
Like, what am I paying for if it's all just water? Why would I spend all this money on products that A, aren't safe, and B, don't smell frickin' delicious?
This is why you need Blue Land.
Blue Land is on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic by reinventing cleaning essentials to be better for you and also the frickin' planet.
We've talked about Blue Land before on this pod. You know we love it. You know we're on our hands and knees cleaning our conference room after we record.
And it's literally fun. You fill up your reusable bottles with water, drop in the tablets, and just wait for them to dissolve, right? You'll never have to grab bulky cleaning supplies on the grocery run ever again.
Blue Land has a special offer for listeners. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/demoted.
You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/demoted for 15% off.
You want to smell like us? That's blueland.com/demoted to get 15% off. Little promo demo. What are your thoughts on that?
Let's hit it.
Promoted or demoted, hiring a private nurse to administer IVs in the conference room.
Promoted.
100% promoted. I felt a little sick last week, got an IV, immediately better. Also, confess, I tried an NAD shot, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
Which is like
Did your heart race?
Kind of this Joe Rogan kind of, I don't know, he's onto it, this youth elixir. I'm not really sure. I was like, I'll try anything once. Heart race, full anxiety attack, chest starts closing down.
Yep.
Brain,
That's what I hear.
It was insane. But then I felt elated after. I was like, okay, I might be infertile for the rest of my life, but that was worth it for that feeling of euphoria after.
Sometimes you have to die to be reborn.
Exactly.
And you maybe died. That's what I'm
might have
scared
died.
of. Like, I'm just like, I don't not good with the panic attack thing. You know, the chest closing.
You have enough anxiety. I
had
don't
so
experience.
much.
I was like, oh, this is what my friends experience on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I feel I'm an empath. You know, it was good to feel.
Now you know.
Now I know.
All right, promoted, demoted. This one's for you. 6 couples living under one roof.
Gonna have to say promoted. It is so fun. I don't think we'll ever have a time like this in our life in our late 20s, early 30s.
Facts.
It is something that I enjoy. I love. We wake up. We do workout classes together. We cook together. We watch Severance together.
Nice.
It's living on the commune, except we're normally fully clothed unless we come back from Fuki Sushi a little wasted.
Things get a little weird.
We have like a total
We should do
running
that.
joke about, we have a running orgy joke, but
Yeah. Why would you not? I mean, every time there's a group of people living together, I mean, it's like a joke until it's not.
promoted or demoted TGL golf leagues.
Yeah, this is a new golf league that they basically play on a projector screen in Florida in like a stadium. So pros are on teams that represent cities. The pros have no affiliation to those cities, which I thought was weird at first. And I was like, wait a second. The guys who play on the Giants aren't all from San Francisco. So like
Totally.
the 49ers, like who cares? But it's this new model where it's all, a lot of PGA pros, like big names in golf. Tiger's one of the big sponsors of it, big producers of it, if you will. And it's interesting. It's semi-entertaining. So they like underneath they hit off a mat or they hit off like actual grass. They have little squares of grass that they'll hit into a screen. And I don't know what you call it. The simulator basically, they got all the tech in there that says the ball went this far, it landed here. And then they've got an actual green, but the green is not real grass. But underneath the green, they have these, I'm sure there's an official word for them, but like they have a way to make the greens change shape. So they can kind of push it up here and pull it down here, and they can kind of make these ridiculous holes. They do have a real sand trap. It's simulated golf inside with pros. And it's interesting and fun. I just don't know how long it'll last. I'm going to promote it for now because golf
you think it's like a fad, or you think it's like,
it could be.
do people enjoy watching it? Does it get spectators more involved because they're all in a stadium and you don't have to walk the greens kind of?
Yes, it does, because there's a lot more cuts and like interviews with the players, and you can kind of hear them discussing strategies, like how would you hit this? And like that's what's really interesting. Like watching the pros play in like a PGA event, you have no access to them. They're just super focused, walking, you just kind of watching with their shots.
You're like on hole 17. Like, did someone just walk by?
Well, like even on TV.
I got invited to the Masters.
That's going to be wild.
I canceled 2 speaking engagements that were on the Tuesday and Thursday. And because Matt was like, I will never be more excited about anything in your
Right.
career than I am about this.
Yeah. So anyway, TGL Golf League, I'm gonna promote it for now. I think there's a lot of cool elements to it that they are getting that you don't get when you watch a typical golf tournament on TV. So I'm gonna promote it for now. I think it's cool. I think it makes the players more human, more accessible. All right, promoted, demoted, sangria.
There are so few times in my God-given life on this earth that I'm like, you know what? Bring me a wine with fruit in it.
Not once for me. Not a single time.
When those moments happen, I always regret it. I wake up with
I thought you were going to say I hit it hard, and I love it.
Oh, I hit it so hard. But to the point where I'm probably like barfing up red.
Yeah.
And then I wake up so hungover because of all this, like sugary fruit that's in the wine that's already sugary that I know even Z-Biotic can't help me. Did you see my Z-Biotic promo this weekend?
I didn't see it, but I was told, and I was like, that's a great move because Z is the shit.
I took it and I was not hungover at all. I can't stop promoting this thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I hope they sponsor us. I hope they sponsor us.
I know. That's why I told you the guy who gave him $1 million tried it. He's like, called their founder. It was like, I need to give you money. And it worked. And they're doing great.
So smart.
Last one. What do we got?
Okay. Last one for you, Ross. Promoted or demoted, making a scene.
It's promoted when I do it. It's demoted when everyone else does it, obviously.
Do you think that you make a scene?
Around friendlies, I might make a little bit of a scene. Like
in
public, no, I would never. I'm way too much of a...
We went to dinner together and we were so shy. Someone like next in the table next to us bought us like dessert. And normal people would be like, hey man, thank you so much. That was so sweet. Ross and I, two little turtles reverting back into our shells, couldn't even face him. We were so scared. We were like, what if he didn't actually give the dessert and then we say something and it's not him and that was the wrong guy. Awkward.
The cost of that's too great. The cost was too great. So we did what we had to do. We slid under the table and snuck out of the restaurant. We did exactly what we had to do. Okay.
We made the booth a slide and actually slid under the table. We looked like two little toddlers writhing out. That guy hates us now. He probably unfollowed us because we didn't say thank you. But alas, we couldn't risk it because we didn't know if it was you, sir.
If you're listening, guy, thank you.
Thank you. We loved the bundt cake or whatever the heck it was.
Whatever that thing was. All right, let's get into Dear Demoted. Here we go. As the arbiters of office decorum, I have to ask if it's weird for someone to vape while in a one-on-one Teams call with you on video. First time I met a new colleague and he was subtle but took at least 5 puffs during a 20-minute call. Am I just old or is this not okay?
I'm so curious to hear your thoughts on this, but I still to this day, and maybe call me a boomer, call me a bootlegger, I will never be comfortable seeing someone vape in a corporate setting totally dead sober. I don't know why. Socially, bring out the vapes. Bring out an American spirit. Start smoking a cig. I don't care. Cig inside. After one drink, that's allowed. A vape on a call to me is still awkward. And because I don't know what to say. Hey, did you get a good rip? I don't know what to say,
Yeah, nice rip, dude.
Wait, that was sweet. And you also, not addressing it, it's like, okay, so now Puff the Magic Dragon's in the room.
Do you know any tricks? Like, do a trick at least.
There's a literal smoke screen. I can't even see you, but let's just, I guess, get on with the deck.
I think if you don't know someone and it's a work situation, if you can't resist for like a 20-minute call, it's time to do some introspection. It's time to look within and say, am I doing too much of this? I'm going to demote this action by this individual.
I will demote vaping in a one-on-one on Teams.
Yes.
Save it or pretend your camera's broken.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get the people out of here. It's remoted. Let's read a review, do a couple shout outs.
This review says, hilarious. 5 stars. Great comedy to keep me going through the workday. Thank you, Balls59476. Hey, Balls59. Do you know Poo Fatty? Fatty Poo?
Fatty Poo 69. I like that Balls59476 because there were 59,475 others.
That just did balls.
That just did balls. So could be a bot, could not be. I don't know, but thanks, Balls. We appreciate your kind words. All right, let's do a couple shout outs.
Wanted to give my brother Michael a huge shout out for going out on his own to franchise a fence building company. 10 years in the sales and engineering role at a Fortune 500 energy company. He started an engineering intern, quickly moved into a sales engineer role, and continued on that path with many promotions, ending up in his role as a sales manager of a Fortune 500 energy company. Despite his sales team being underfunded and the constant battle to get resources, his team consistently crushed quota, and he was always fighting for his team members so that he had killer retention rate for his sellers. He is taking the leap to go out on his own, and I'm just such a proud sister. Although I was the one who showed him Demoted first, he's a huge fan of y'all and has acquired some of Corp's phrases and isms in his own vernacular. From sister in sales. Thank you,
proud sister in sales. Thank you, Michael. Congrats on taking the leap. That's terrifying and awesome at the same time. If you can sell, you can do anything, so I'm not that worried. I mean, people need fences these days. I mean, everybody's building a fence. People building walls, they're building fences. And I think business is going to be booming here for the next, forever. So
things are looking good.
Things are looking good in the fence industry. So smart play. All right, I will read this next one. And this one says, given this is a marketing shout out, I'd love for Ross to read this one. Lamau. Okay. LMAO. Lamau, baby. Shout out to my amazing marketing team. Jesse, Jen, Laura, and Kate. Of course, that's the name of the marketing folks. Of course it is. Jesse, Jen, Laura, and Kate. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Okay, working in SaaS comes with its challenges, but over the past few years, we've navigated so much together. New investors, ambitious growth goals, and everything in between. Through it all, this team has shown me what true collaboration and reliability looks like. I wouldn't love my job as much as I do without this team. You are simply the best. Much love from Shan. I'm going to assume it's short for Shannon, or it could be Sean spelled weirdly, but I think it's Shan because Shannon goes really well with Jesse, Jen, Laura, and Kate. So, color me shocked. You guys are the best. Keep driving those hot leads as I'm sure you've done. I'm sure the sales team has nothing but good things to say.
Fire marketing webinar. Yes.
Fire marketing webinar.
Thank you for reading that, Ross. Putting your pride aside. Really proud of you.
It hurt a little.
Before we get you out of here, just a reminder, please submit your confessions to us in the link that's in this episode description.
Yeah, we put it in the description. Hotline. We put it in the description. It's right there. It's like one click away.
We love these corporate hotline episodes. I think you all love them too. You love hearing how crazy the people in corporate America and the corporate world generally are. So please submit those confessions, whether they're about you or someone you know. Just shout them out.
It's not all button-ups and sunshine. There's a bunch of freaks out there. All right? Professionalism is just a guise for the sick, twisted freaks that many of you are. And we just spare us the professional BS. Just give us the truth. That's all we want here.
Donate to that subscribe button.
Donate to it.
Assuming its Cash App is
Fatty Poo 69.
Fatty Poo 69. Vape and blow a cloud on that subscribe button.
Yep. I mean, if you want to take that subscribe button's top off and look at it and then smash it, feel free. Feel free. If you want to leave it on during a Zoom meeting, also feel free. The like button, it's there as well for you to do whatever you want to it.
Call that subscribe button your sugar daddy. And with that, tune in next week on
Demoted.
Demoted.